All new at 5 tonight, major flooding continues along the Mississippi River. You are looking at water spilling into Davenport, Iowa, as river levels crested in record territory, some spots over 20 feet. The flooding comes not from rain, but from rapid snowmelt in the upper Midwest. Meteorologist and climate specialist Elisa Raffa joins us now, and that major flooding is going to continue into the weekend.
Yeah, and despite that water, they actually had a pretty dry April, and then we had all that rain that came through that area, right?
We got a lot of that rain. They had a pretty dry setup for April. It's all of the winter snow that they got months ago that's been melting. So if we take a look at the river gauges, you can see where they're seeing some of that record flooding. All of the kind of red and purples that you see are major, moderate flood zones. Here's where Davenport, Iowa is, the Quad Cities area, and then it goes down up towards St. Louis, and a lot of these flood levels have been in record territory, and it does continue through the next couple of days. Now, if you look at the April rain, like I mentioned, look at those oranges, pretty dry. Incredible to see that flooding, and it has nothing to do with rain. Here's the storm track. It was through Texas and then up into the Carolinas. We were soaking wet in April. In fact, we got 170% of our normal rain for the month, meaning we almost doubled our monthly normal rain. We got 6.5 inches of rain. That makes it the 9th wettest April on record. So climbing into one of the top 10 spots here. And you could see the month where we had 16 days with measurable rain. Especially soaking wet was that second weekend there of April. We got more than 2 inches. And then this last week, we just had some soaking wet days. But yeah, 6.5 inches of rain for the month is 2.5 inches above average and almost double the normal rain that we would have gotten in April. Now, March was actually pretty dry. Most of the rain that we've gotten so far this spring is coming from this soaking wet April, because since March 1st, we've gotten nearly 9 inches of rain. So that puts us about an inch above normal. But again, most of that, almost 7 inches of it, came just in April alone. Now, we do know that our rainfall is becoming more intense. Hourly rainfall rates are increasing here in Charlotte since 1970. The kind of big up and down that you see is year-to-year variation. But when you look at the average or that trend over time, it is increasing some, and we see increases especially when it comes to deluge days, or days where you get 1 and 2 inch downpours. And you can see that with the blue line and the purple line. 1 and 2 inch downpour days are increasing, and again, that was especially true this April. We had 5 inches of rain in just 4 days. Okay, think about that. So in just 4 days, we got 78% of the month's total rain in just 4 days. So yeah, it was a soaking wet month, but really just 4 days were soaking wet. The rest of the month had some of those lighter totals. And when we talk about, temperatures and climate, we know that warmer air holds more moisture, and that's what lets some of those deluge age increases. We just continue to squeeze out all of the moisture out of the clouds. Now,